Hey guys, so I have my video today is mostly about my passports, and also this is not the one that I wanted to talk about. Okay, here it is. I got confused because of the colors. I was like, oh yay, another brown, and then I was like, so, although I do need to talk about that maybe. So yeah, those are not gonna be able to stand how I want it. So right here I have my 2019 January to July, if I'm not mistaken, journal. And then over here I have a mix of different other journals, some of them from last year and my cruise, one of them from this year. I think two of them was from last year and a little bit of this year, and then one of them was from the beginning of this year. So I have a little bit of everything here, and I'm not gonna do a flip through. I may show you here and there a little bit, but mostly I just want to talk about this because I kind of figure what I'm gonna do with my passport, and I'm really excited to get to this. So first of all, what I really want to do with this is something that I started last year when I first got in my pocket. This was my first pocket notebook ever, and I just like, I thought I knew what I was gonna do with it. I had like all these plans and all that, but it changed. Give me a second. So yeah, I started using this for something different, and then with time it changed. So I want to do that with passport, and because I'm not using a whole notebook, I'm actually using one insert for that. It's a lot easier, makes more sense, and I would like to see the actually outcome and how it will look at the end. And this is something that I will be able to show around. I was also planning, like, depends on how this turns out, I would like to be able to make it into like a book, kind of like a note that, I don't know, and just like maybe like sell it if people would like to have it. This information is gonna be something very different. Like, it's not gonna be personal stuff or anything like that. It will be something very rare, you don't see everywhere. So I'm gonna show you, because I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Let's move this away. So this over here, when I first started doing this was, my ideas was different. I thought I was gonna use it as a journal. Then I thought I can use this for things that I want to do and all that stuff. That changed, and then this is where it almost started. So I wanted to study criminal justice. I did criminal justice for a semester, and I loved it. I thought, for a moment, I thought, oh, I'm not gonna love criminal justice. I'm just taking this because I can't find forensic science. But when I started taking criminal justice, I really like it, and I was like, well, I can always take criminal justice and also forensic science. You know, I can always do that. So that was my plan. I don't know, because I haven't been able to go to university or afford it. And if I can't afford it right now, I haven't been able to go just because of work. So it's been more kind of like hard. So I'm trying my best to see if I can, maybe when I'm like, because I gotta pay a bunch of bills. But next month I finish paying one of them, and then the other month in September I end up paying, I finish paying another one too. And yeah, those are like around $500 or $600 that I don't have to pay, and that's like super good for me. And then in December I finished my apartment, so that's $610 that I don't have to pay. So this, I started with that. I really like the FBI. Always like watching this kind of movies and series and all that stuff, And that's why criminal justice and also forensic science comes in, because I've been watching a lot of movies and series, and it's very interesting, it's very intriguing. I go on Google most of the time and search for it. So that's, I started doing it for that, for very interesting things and stuff that has to do with, like, I don't even know, FBI kind of stuff. I don't know. So I also took it to learn new words. I am not, like, I didn't grow up in the States, so I grew up in Puerto Rico, but I would do a lot of my learning with my English was watching a lot of TV. I used to get to know people that were from the United States. I also read all my books in English. I tried to read books in Spanish, I think maybe 3 times, and I didn't like it. So I ended up going to English, and I loved it more. And what I would do sometimes is that I would write down the word that I didn't understand. I would go to Google Translation and I would translate, or I would go to a kind of like those dictionary and look for a translation of that, like what does it mean. And that's how I actually learn my English. Everything was in English. Like, I wouldn't do anything in I wouldn't read anything Spanish. I wouldn't watch anything that was in Spanish. Very rarely I would watch stuff that is in Spanish. Very, very rarely. So yes. So I decided that I would like to make this as a learning, kind of like a dictionary type of thing, and that's what I did. And over here, that's when I started more, I call it the book of knowledge, and that is exactly what I want to do with this. I didn't want to go up and talk to you guys about it. I just want to go slowly building it there. So this over here is a kind of like, I did a journaling video on this, and I guess a lot of people really liked it, and I'm really happy they did. So this is more like, I would look for words that are interesting, like psychopath, sociopath. For me, those words were really difficult to say at first because I didn't know how to literally say it, but with learning a little bit, I ended up saying it correctly. I wasn't really good at saying really good words like this. So yeah. So I would write here what is sociopath, and I would write that over here, and then over here I would write what is psychopath, and wait, is it, sorry, that's wrong. This is psychopath and this is sociopath. So I will write it down here. This is very interesting for me. I love everything that has to do with, like, I get to learn different type of, like, people out there that, you know, sociopath, psychopath, and other ones. Like, there's like a bunch of them. I have a few over here too. I really, really like it because I get to know more about that, and also helps me, like, when I'm watching a series and they will start talking and I remember what I was writing on my journal, and I was like, oh, that person must be this. And sometimes I'm wrong, but sometimes I'm right, and I was like, yes. So I really, really like this. The reason I wasn't able to go to university after I went to university in the state, Miami, for like a semester. I really, really missed it. I really liked my semester there. Oh my gosh, I talk about it all the time. It's one of my biggest accomplishments. Like, I was super, super happy, and I wanted to go again. I wanted to go to university. Went to university in Puerto Rico. That was horrible. Like, horrible. The teachers were disrespectful. They never explain anything. They give you like a bunch of stuff to do in exams, but it's like they don't actually teach, you know. And when I went to Miami and studied there, it was completely different. My professors were amazing, so that's why I end up like wanting to go again. So because I couldn't go and study, I just decided to do my own homework at home, and write them down and learn them, because I'm not gonna be able to do that when I go to school. So this is what I use. procedure. I think I'm saying that right. Procedure. I think so. This is a word for me that was really hard to say. So over here, I wrote it down, and I also had like the nouns and how you pronounce the word, and that helped me out so much. So procedure. I don't know. Hopefully I'm saying that right. And then I talk about the Miranda warning. So this is something that I keep forgetting, but very interesting. Like, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be used against you. Against you in a court of law. You have the right to have the attorney and I kind of I really wanted to write that down. So basically, this was my book of knowledge. This was the book that I would literally write the things that I want to learn and things that I want to remember, and it was my book of knowledge. So it went really well for a moment there. And here I was talking about how a person becomes a serial killer. This is something that you never know, but I actually searched a few stuff online and I wrote it down. It can be that, and also it cannot. Like, you can never, like, a person could be normal, like everyday job, or somebody that has everything, and then out of nowhere they just become a killer. And it's something that it's not, they don't have any specific like type of reason how and why they became a serial killer. Every person is different, but I found something online and I wanted to write it down, and I provided the link here where I got that information, which that was also awesome of me to do. And then here's one of my favorite. I have post this on my Instagram. So this is what's the word basically. I'm sorry. So these are words that it was difficult for me to say, and also difficult for me to remember what they were, and it still is. I don't really know what the definition of it. I used to go back to it a lot and say the word so many times and say the definition all the time and remember it, but I wasn't really good at that. So here's another one. This is an NLP. NLP is for neuro-linguistic programming, and this is very interesting. So I think they were trying to figure out how to cure, basically. Let me see. It was kind of like a cure, like a scientific cure that they were trying to look for, but then NLP, if I'm not mistaken. So I cannot remember really, to be honest. I don't remember much. But I think this was very interesting too, so that's why I end up looking for it. I don't remember but I believe it was that they were trying to look for it was kind of like something like a cure for something. I don't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah. And then here we got sexual sadism. I saw this online and I was like, okay, I want to write about this. And I used to hear this a lot in a lot of the series that I watch, and so I wanted to write about it. And here's the information I find. Again, all this information are from like Google or other sources that talks about this. And I look for the information and I write down what is important to me to know, and that is what is in here. So that's why over here I want to start doing that here in my passport. So it's a lot smaller, I would agree, but oops, something fell. It's a lot smaller, I will agree, but I think I will have more possibilities to keep this more into what I want. I think so. So I can't wait for that. So I'm gonna do that. I want to start it on this one. I'm not sure. I could start it on this one. It may start it on this one. I really like this cover. And so I already set up everything. I put the inserts that I want to use. And this is going in there because of course this paper doesn't have any lines and I don't write straight, as you guys saw. So this goes underneath and it's gonna help me a little bit to writing when I need to. So yeah, and I cannot wait, to be honest. I'm like super excited to start doing this. Very excited. I have a couple things that I want to write about it already. It's like my brain is already like one of those really late computers, or when you see like the space stuff and you see like that sound of the computer. That's basically how my brain is right now. And so one thing I want to talk to you guys really quickly is about this journal. This is my first and only Passport Plus I ever got from Chick Sparrow, and this is the Mockingbird, was a Blue Jay. This was my first Chick Sparrow TN. So I really was into Passport a lot when I first started, and I really liked my first Passport that I got from like AliExpress. And so I decided to go a little bit further and try Chick Sparrow because I've been seeing a lot of Chick Sparrow. I've been seeing a lot of videos. I wanted to go through like that process. My first Chick Sparrow TN, I bought it in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. This was a really pretty TN and I really liked it. But with time, I just noticed that it was too thick for my liking, and I didn't like that it was too thick. This is really big. Like, this is big. At first I was like, okay, and I started putting a bunch of inserts in it because I was like, oh, this doesn't matter really, you know. It's okay, I can put an insert here and insert there to make it chunky, but it became like kind of like too much for me. So I went back to my AliExpress TN. And then with time, I was able to get my own passport. I was actually trying to make my own passport. I went to different stores. I even got like faux leather. I decided to kind of like put a print on the front with an image, but I didn't like that much. I did the passport. I went through the process. I did the elastic. I did the closure. I did everything. But I did not like the print of it. It looked fairly bad. So I just decided to let it go, and I used my AliExpress one. And then it's when later on, was it when I got here? Yeah, when I got here, I decided to purchase another passport, and that's how I end up with a big collection. All my collection have grown since I got here, like in the United States, because I was able to have money to buy my passport TN. But in Puerto Rico, I wasn't gonna be able to do all that. So here I have a couple passports. I have more than 3 or 4. This one, I decided that I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, I don't know what to do, and it's kind of stained everywhere. Like, well, not everywhere, like it's stained here only, and I didn't have the actual elastic, and it was kind of like dirty on the stitching areas, so I didn't want to sell this. But somebody was like, I was talking to them that I don't use a Passport Plus, and she told me, oh, I don't use it really. All I do is I put my inserts in there when I'm already done with them. And I was like, oh, that's very, very good thinking. Like, that's smart. So that's what I did. I took all my inserts that I already have finished and I put them right over here. So that was really smart. Was like the smartest thing ever, to be honest. So this was this year, and I think a combination of December, was it? Yeah, December 26th. So this is from December 26th into last month, I think. Yeah, I think it was into last month, or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. And then over here, this one is a, basically all of this is this all, some of this were made here when I got to like the state, but all of it was basically made in Puerto Rico. This one right here was more like a brain dump, and I wasn't using it that much either, so I had a couple stuff here in the back and a couple stuff here in the front, so I just didn't finish this. And then this is my cruise journal. This is everything that I had on my cruise, and I journal on my cruise, and that is it. And so I decided that if I ever purchase something else on Shakespeare, I may get another Passport Plus, because I really did like the idea. I'm not a Passport Plus person. I don't like even Pocket Plus at all. I don't like Pocket Plus. I do not like it. Did I say I don't like it? Because I don't. But I really like this idea. So I may not even order another Passport Plus. I may just stay with this. Only if it gets chunky and chunkier. I think I can still fit here maybe 1 or 2 more with no problems. I think I can fit two more inserts here. So for now, I do not need another one. So I'm okay with like Passport Plus at the moment. But it was very interesting. I like the idea that she gave. And or not, she didn't even give me the idea. She was just saying what she does with her Passport Plus, and I took that as a really great idea. So I was like, girl, thank you. So I'm really happy I was able to find a purpose for this. So now that I'm done with this, I explained to you what I'm gonna do with this. I gave you like a little bit of flip through of what I had when I first started this on 2019. Oh, I started this in 2018. I think so. Let me see. Yep. Sorry. So this is December 12th, 2018. This is actually before my birthday. My birthday is December 13th. So there was a little bit of for journaling on this one. And I'm really happy. I'm super stoked. I really am. I can't wait to start doing this over here, like what I was doing here on this one, and like start something new, because I've been meaning to start doing that, but I never do. And every time I say I'm gonna do that, I don't do it. Like over here I was supposed to do something like that, but that ended up being different. Like I didn't end up doing it right. So I'm gonna make sure that this time I mean it. So yeah, guys, I have a couple. I have a lot of journals. I have this one, I got this one, I got my weeks, and I also got another one. I do not remember which one is that. I got my weeks and that one, and passport. Oh, I think that's it. I don't have a lot. Okay, guys, well, I'm just trying to put everything away, but I keep forgetting that I'm in the video. So, oh, that looks a lot better. So yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I will be coming back for more videos. I may not do my first journaling spread on video with this one, but I do plan to do a journaling spread so you guys can see. I also was thinking that I may not do any kind of like distress on my pages. I don't think I want to. And I was also thinking that if I change my mind when I finish this insert, I can go back and do the distress after I do everything. But I do not want to do distress on this journal. I just want it to look, I wanted to have all the stuff that I wanted to add to it, but I also do not want to do the distress because I do that all in I sometimes do it in my pocket, I sometimes do it in my weeks. I just want this to be more easy and not adding that, just like if I'm going to add some papers or whatever it is that I'm going to add, I can do that. So yeah, I'll see you on my next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. do not forget to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, I will see you all in my next one. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day and take care, guys. Bye.